Call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Trish.
Mrs. Brew?
Here.
Mr. Kramer? Mr. Menegini?
Here.
Mr. Marraro?
Here.
Mr. Pop?
Here.
To have a motion to excuse Brett.
Motion to excuse Brett.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Marraro?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes. Before I move on to the approval of agenda, down at the bottom, I'm going to add number 15, and it's going to be approval to change meeting date from August 1st, Monday, August 1st, to Tuesday, August 2nd.
My motion that we approve the agenda, or do we have to approve that first? Or just?
No, I added it before.
As amended.
With the
Yeah,
addition.
my motion, we approve the agenda as is with the addition of item 15.
Mr. Marraro?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Move on to approval of minutes, regular meeting of July 5th, 2022. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I motion we approve the regular minutes of the meeting on July 5th, 2022.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Marraro?
Yes.
Executive session of July 5th, 2022.
Motion we approve executive session of July 5th, 2022.
Support.
Is that Menegini?
Me, yeah.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes?
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Marraro?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes. Special meeting of July 7th, 2022.
Motion we approve special meeting of July 7th, 2022.
Support.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Marraro?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes. Move on to approval of manifest 2022-14. Scott, you have any questions?
I have no questions, I'd just like to point something out to the public. Going over manifest for each department that we have added together for our fuel cost. For the month of June was $4,300. And I'd like to know what it was like last June. If we could get some data, just so we can compare and show the public. The citizens are not only ones in the crunch, we are also feeling this, so everyone can see that. That's all that.
Jeff?
I have none, Madam Mayor.
Rico?
None.
I have none either. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve manifest 2022-14 in the amount of $137,484.22.
Support.
Mr. Marraro?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Do we have any previous manifest questions not answered?
One out the fertilizer that was brought up the last time, that turned out to be seed that we used when we were doing repairs and some pole work and around the softball field. So that wasn't fertilizer, it was grass seed.
Okay.
And we've done the adjustment, taking it out of the rec fund,
Yeah.
and it's been charged accordingly.
Okay.
It was water department and electric.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone in the audience wishing to address the council on an agenda item only shall do so now at the podium. State your name and address for the record. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person.
If it's an agenda item that was previous, is that okay, or does it have to be for this meeting?
Do you, he can,
I mean, it's
or can he
it's
stand up?
related to an item. Grant, I mean, is there?
Up to Madam Mayor, but I think it's appropriate to move, just to move it along.
So, you want to talk now?
Dan?
I'm Peterson, 17 Hard West, US 2.
Okay.
Just a quick question on the garbage pickup situation.
Oh.
Can we have this?
TV, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and if this
Yeah.
is for the garbage pickup, that would have to be under other comments.
Oh,
That doesn't pertain to the agenda items.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the rezone.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. I apologize.
That's all right.
See you in a few minutes.
Misread the agenda.
Appointments and presentations, Jake Mangini Museum Board of Appointments.
We have someone who wants to serve on the board. Shirley, how do you say, Tricia? Foisey? Always a good thing.
Yep, always good to have somebody want to be on one of our boards and donate their time. Do I have a motion?
I move that Shirley Foisey be appointed to serve out the open seat expiring December 2022.
Support.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Drew?
Yes.
Mr. Mangini?
Yes.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Move on to communications, approval of special event application, St. Lee Stitchers Quilt Show, sign requests. I'm sure everybody's got to see everything that was in the packet. They're basically asking where they can put their signs,
Correct.
and they've done this before.
Temporary signs for the Leif Erikson celebration?
Tricia, have they done this before?
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually do it yearly. What did you say, Rico?
It's for the Leif Erikson?
Is it the same as?
Please find attached sign from application request to place signs for the event scheduled during the Leif Erikson celebration, October 7th and 8th.
So far ahead of me, but
That's all right.
Yeah, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, they're doing something else? Nope, for October, which is good. Be ahead of the game.
Do I have a motion?
I just have one question, Madam Mayor. Do the temporaries have to be, does MDOT get involved in any of that? Because if you're gonna be sticking them up by the highway, they could raise a ruckus. And I see we got corner 8th Avenue US, I'm just bringing it up. Hopefully they wouldn't, but I know
I don't think they usually do, hey, Trish, because we've been through this before.
yeah.
as long as they're just a few days, right, they don't care? Okay, that's it.
As long as they're not blocking the view of anything, I think you're fine. I've never had a problem since I've been on here with that. If there's no other questions, do I have a motion?
I move that the St. Lee Stitchers be allowed to place their quilt show sign on public property at the listed locations from Thursday, October 4th to Sunday, October 9th.
And private property? Do we have to have the private property in or to grant or no? No.
That'll be up to the private property.
Thank you.
Mrs. Drew?
Yes.
Mr. Mangini?
Yes.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Fire Department Fire Truck 924 rear brakes purchase.
So, kind of under basic maintenance, we do have a fire truck that does need rear brakes. So it was found during a DOT inspection, according to Rick, our mechanic. We do have two quotes for you. The recommendation is to go with UP International Truck Inc. for $2541.94.
Any questions? If not, I need a motion. Or is there a motion?
I motion to purchase rear brakes for fire truck number 924 from UP International Trucks Incorporated for a price not to exceed $2,541.94.
Support.
Mr. Mangini?
Yes.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Drew?
Yes. Police Department body armor purchase.
This was in the new budget. The police are recommending the C&P distributors for 5609. There is a chance that we will get this partially or fully reimbursed through a grant, but that is not for certain yet. So the recommendation is to approve the C&P distributors, and we hope to get this reimbursed.
Is there a difference? This is pretty big.
Yeah.
Price difference.
I don't think there's a difference necessarily ballistically. I believe this distributor is in the state and the other is not, I think is what the police were telling me, or something of that nature. But if there was a quality difference, they would have.
And Jim's pretty good
Yeah.
at it.
And these are the ones that they can just put on over and take off when they're
Yep.
here in the office.
They
It's
can
over
either-
the uniform thing, which they wanted.
Correct.
Yeah, just for ease and comfort but literally, I've had this conversation with a couple of the guys, as they stopped by the school, and I brought it up.
And plus our other ones are getting old too.
Well, yeah, we need to get new ones,
They
I
haven't
understand that, but I really, like those ones for comfort, but at the same point, guys, I want you wearing them every single second you're not sitting in that desk. If they're easy to take on and off, sometimes they're easy to, I'm just gonna run in the school, I'm not gonna bother putting my vest on.
Yeah.
No, wear the vests, period.
We had over in my last community, and they always,
Yeah.
they're pretty good, but
Yeah.
if I find there is a concern of the type of brand, I'll bring it back, but
My guess is it
Chief
might be,
would have.
since CMP's in Michigan, they might have some kind of state contract pricing.
Yeah.
Type
If we
thing.
get it through them.
Just a couple quick comments. Great to see that it was $1,000 under the budget number we had budgeted, so kudos to Jim. And number two, didn't take long to start spending a new budget when they did it.
Number 3,
Yeah.
on this last 2, I received 3,
Of course.
and not just.
I thought it'd be nice,
we always try to get
They
three.
couldn't get, if I read, I know Rick's, I think he couldn't get a third one and neither could Jim.
Yeah.
There was no
We
else.
always do try to get three.
Yeah.
Well, I know the circumstances, you can,
And I think they both had that written in there
just when you get 2 in a row.
when I read it.
Yeah.
I know one thing, two's better than one, like we used to get a lot of time.
Absolutely.
And when some of these expenses, I have, it's a tough one, because we want to be fiscally responsible in seeing how things play out economically, but with the delay in getting things.
Everything.
Some of the stuff, we kind of want to get at it sooner rather than later, so we actually
Get it?
get it.
Yeah. Do I have a motion?
Motion, police department, body armor, purchase be approved for a price not to exceed, through CMP distributors for a price not to exceed $5,609.
Support.
Mr. Ferraro?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Blue?
Yes.
Mr. Menke?
Yes.
Planning Commission recommendation, rezone city lot 05479-02-00.
So this is the property that abuts to Mr. Peterson's Red Line Sports that he was interested in purchasing. If you recall at the previous meeting, we discussed this. Council asked that planning and zoning take a look for a possible rezone. They did that. Their recommendation is to rezone to B3, which is Business 3, which is what Red Line is zoned, what across the street is zoned, and kind of that surrounding area is generally also zoned. There's nothing, if council wants to move forward in this process, we will have to begin the public hearing process, notifications, certified letters, I believe, to the surrounding properties. If it is successfully rezoned and council wants to consider it to sell, it should also then be discussed to officially be put on our land purchase list. So this is, if the council is interested, we will move forward in the appropriate public hearings and noticing.
Any comments or questions? I see the zoning board didn't have, nobody had a problem with this.
No, I said we looked at it. I mean, if you look at the map and the.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's, spot zoning is something, you want to stay away from. I wouldn't classify that considering its location and its contiguous to B3 zones. And then over there is industrial, and then there is a residential parcel in between it, and then above it, that residential lot that would be kind of in between this one rezoned is now in between an industrial and commercial, so I still find it appropriate to be commercial.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we allow staff to move forward on the process of rezoning city property lot 053-479-02000.
Mr. Pop? Mrs. Blue?
Yes.
Mr. Menke?
Yes.
Mr. Ferraro?
Yes.
Police Department garage doors.
So this is another budgeted item and another one that we need it to happen quickly. They are falling apart. It's sort of a 50-50 on if we can open them, and this is the main door. In fact, so oftentimes they are parking outside. So we have 2.5 quotes for this one. You have Delta Door out of Gladstone, and then you have 2 quotes from Anderson Construction here locally. It's just dependent upon where they get the material from. So based on the quote, we did put 10,000 in this budget. The cheapest would be Anderson Construction, using the Lindau Contracting, which is getting their material from Forsland. So I didn't put the amount in. My recommendation would be something with Anderson, because both those quotes are cheaper.
Nice to see 3 bids.
Yeah, 2.5.
Want a motion, Ken?
Yes, please.
A motion that the police garage door project be approved, given to Lindau Contracting of Niagara, Wisconsin.
It's gonna just.
Is it Anderson
Yeah,
Construction?
it's Anderson Construction. They're getting their materials through the Lindau, which is
Alright.
through Forsland, so.
Gotcha.
You could just do the.
Anderson Construction, for a price not to exceed $9,047. Nice to see 2 Norway entities get that.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Special event application, Bethany Lutheran Church. I think this is something new they're doing this year. We're gonna try out,
Yep.
to have a movie at the band shell.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. I've done a couple movie in the park events. Usually they're pretty well attended. And they're not cheap to do. You know, to do it appropriately, you do need to get the appropriate movie licensing, which is a few, $300-$400, which they have procured. It is open to anyone, and yeah, I think it's a good event.
I think it's great, and they're picking up the bill to get the movie. I
What
mean,
movie they showing?
That was my question.
I don't know. Trish, do we know what movie they're showing? I don't think they
The
know.
Gone with the Wind or something like
I
that?
have a feeling it's something that is probably PG or less.
Oh, yeah, good. Well, that's a good. We're not gonna show like Commando, right, uncut there?
Right.
Okay.
Not an issue that they're using they want to use the city bathrooms? Not an issue?
I don't see why that would be.
I'm just, door open, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
Do we use it for,
Yeah, we do that. We rent out the key. I believe we allow people to.
for the music in it? Okay. Yeah, nothing changes there.
All right.
Yep.
do I have a motion?
I motion that the application, the special events application for Bethany Lutheran Church be approved.
Smart?
Mr. Mankini?
Yes.
Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Booth?
Yes. And I want to thank the church for doing
Yep.
that. All right, we'll go to 15. Approval to change meeting date from Monday, August 1st to Tuesday, August 2nd. Does anybody have a problem with the changing?
As long as, granted, there's no, right, the election, I mean, it's not in here.
The election is just more of a logistical thing. I'm not aware of any issues with being able to change it. I don't think it's, the council, I don't think has ever done it on a basis before. It's just a council meeting where we have concerns about a quorum if both the mayor and the mayor pro tem are gonna be gone.
We're rebels.
Yeah, as long as we notice it up properly and push out the notice, both on the internet and our posting, it should be fine.
And-
We will be fine.
And TV too, please.
Channel 7 is up.
I seen it today. Yeah. Do I have a motion?
Motion that the regular council meeting of August 1st, 2022 be moved to August 2nd, 2022.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes.
Mr. Mankini?
Yes.
Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Anyone in attendance wishing to address the council on any item of interest shall do so now at the podium. State your name and address for the record. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes.
No signal is detected. Do you want to check your input credentials now?
I didn't do that.
Yes, welcome.
I didn't do that.
Is this?
I don't know.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Ben Peterson, 79, West US 2. Just a quick question about the garbage pickup stuff. Still having a few issues at the shop with the amounts, and I know you guys had looked at that, and I missed that meeting, and I wish I would have made it. I apologize for that. Just every week we get hassled a little bit on the garbage stuff. Not too bad, but I've been hauling some of it back with me and bringing it to the dump and whatnot. But I noticed that there was an increase from $1.50, I think it was, for both residential and commercial garbage pickup throughout Norway. But the quantities didn't change. I understand that was just because of the tipping fees increasing. Running into that at township as well. The only thing I was wondering is if, I would be okay as a business owner with a $10 a month increase, or, whatever you guys felt necessary as a business owner to get that number up to 300 gallons, because if it was 300 gallons, I wouldn't have any problems. There wouldn't be any discussion with anybody, Thursday mornings would go a little easier around the shop, but the girl wouldn't be yelling at us for putting too much out or whatever,
How many gallons is it now?
It's 150.
150 for commercial.
Yeah, you're working, but you said you're working on the second tier to go up to 300, right?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
looking at I have to refocus on that.
And I would be willing to, I think I paid $21.45, I think it is a month right now, if my memory serves. If it was $31.45, it's not gonna make or break me.
Yeah, we gotta come up with something for
Yeah,
that.
and that is in the works, actually.
That
We
is.
we can't guarantee it's only gonna be $10, because it's gonna be double the volume. So we'll have to see what it's gonna cost us, what our costs are on that,
I
right?
think the biggest thing was the increase with the GFL.
Correct.
Takeovers, that they cranked the price up.
Yeah.
So that was gonna be part of it.
Yeah, so that's a little fluid yet.
Yeah, okay, I just thought I would
Yeah, but-
throw that out there as an idea. If it's 21 now, if it was 31, it wouldn't, you know what I mean? Just to bring it up some, and technically, she always says, oh, those are 50-gallon cans, they're 30, but whatever, I'm not gonna get into an argument with the garbage girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just, if it was slightly more, it would really help out.
Yep.
On
I think
business
as a
standpoint.
business owner coming to this and telling Todd
Yeah.
about this, because we had discussions, well, do we sell pre-tickets, and just put their ticket on there or something?
Yeah, so
We're just ideas that we're trying to come up with.
and honestly, I talked to John Casanova from Halls, and right now, he went to the length of buying a baler for his cardboard, because I was like, what are you doing over here? Because most of my excess garbage beyond the 3 garbage cans is cardboard stuff,
You have a lot of it?
Yeah, a fair amount, but we crush it down, and once it goes into the dumpster, it's into the machine and crunches it to nothing,
There's a certain entity in town that loves it to pick that up.
Yeah.
In case that might be an option for you too, moving forward, I don't know if you've got enough or not, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the spring, we get a lot of plastic, obviously, because we're unwrapping boats. And I understand that, if you can't take all that plastic, that's fine. I just loaded my trailer a couple of times and ran it up and paid the fees. That's not a huge thing, but every week to have to worry about
Yeah.
what's happening is kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
So-
and we're in the works, and you guys are, businesses, and we appreciate you coming in, and, we're gonna look into it. But of course, we gotta see what it's gonna cost us too, to see what the fee will be to take extra.
And I know John Casanova, the reason I brought him up is because he does pay for a dumpster. And he said, well, shoot, now that I have the baler, if they went to 300 gallons, he said, I'd get rid of my dumpster.
I'm kind of the same way, yeah.
And, it would fix a lot of problems,
Yep.
so.
All right, and thank you for coming in.
Thanks a lot.
Someone that understands that, price increases, are out there and reasonable, appreciate that.
Well, he's a township board member.
Yeah, there you go. There's a unique experience right there.
Do I have anybody else in the audience that has any questions?
Pete Hopper's 1412 Curry Road. Are that body or her purchase? How many vest was,
6.
Six.
huh?
6.
6. Can't they get by with 2? There's only 2 on
What
duty.
happens if there's a call out?
Where we have an emergency.
Aren't these fitted?
Yeah, they're fitted too, Pete. Different size
They-
guys,
they
are
have to be
different
fitted.
size vests. Yeah.
It's like part of.
It's like, yeah, it's like a helmet. You know, they gotta make sure everyone.
Hey, I'm gonna tell Peter that you said for driving.
What was that address again?
Let me see that film.
Thank you.
They get the ticket.
We'll move on to mayor, council comments. Scott? Jeff?
I have nothing, Madam Mayor.
Rico?
I had something, I forgot about it. Must not have been important. See, there you go. Go for, yeah, thank you.
Where are we at with cable? Are we moving along with cable?
Cable? Yeah, I got, Ray's is helping me with, the RFP. We're still, I gotta give him a call to see where he's at on that. But we are working on the development.
What about,
Make sure we're not at a standstill.
I remembered, I was contacted by someone about the city treasurer position, and a friend told me that you had to be a resident of Norway. And I said, no, absolutely not. So, the good news is, word circulating. It's okay, we can run rumor control there, but I think, way back in the day, a lot of those residency requirements, some people still have them
Yeah.
built into their head, which makes accepting any position a lot harder. But no, there is no residency requirement. We want to get the best person for the job.
Have we had any applicants?
Yes, 6, 7 or so.
Nice.
How many did we have last time?
It's like 2 or 3, wasn't it? Four.
I think.
no, we had more than that. We had more than that. We only interviewed,
I was not privy to.
we only
Oh,
interviewed 3.
Secret,
Yeah.
secret.
We had more applications than
Don't
that.
want to give you any insight.
We try to put it out as, cast a pretty wide net on this one. We got a few more weeks, I think, 2 weeks, August 1st. So,
Good.
Alright, did you, talk to Ray, or did you get any more input on that land sale?
Wisconsin? So, we haven't met with that group in a month or so. I think they're still doing some things, but what I still think is good are you guys still wanting them to come up here and kind of, I don't know if it's a presentation, but kind of discuss with you their goals with wanting to purchase that property? I'm not,
Well, I think we kind of left it out where, if we're not gonna spend them, what was it, $9,000 or whatever it was? With
meeting her.
Mead and Hunt, unless we've got some kind of purchase agreement in place, some pre-purchase agreement in place, saying, yes, if this all works out, we intend to buy, and we agree on the price, and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And if they wanna come up, that's fine. We'll do a
Yeah, I didn't know if you guys wanted to get more information from the people that have been working on this for a little longer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty
you can do that.
straightforward. They want the property and,
Yeah.
And I just wanna make sure that we have enough, that we don't sell that it's gonna give us a problem.
Yep.
yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
don't wanna
I
spend
don't.
$9,000 if they back out, because they don't like, for some reason.
Okay. No guarantees on anything.
No, exactly,
I
but at least if we have some kind of agreement in place, there's something,
My understanding, all the people involved are open to this and to this sale.
That's all I have. You have anything, Dan?
Just briefly, I had a meeting today with Joe Tinty, the principal in AD at the high school, and then Tony Adams and Scott Sternhagen from the Diamonds, along with David Ball. Just kind of, we talked about to have an initial meeting about their operations and our operations and the communication and just kind of getting a first introduction to that group and their use and things that we want to see and want from them. And I think it was a very productive conversation. I did include their agreement in your executive session for you to review, which is up in December. So over the next few months coming into the fall, we need to start discussing that and putting into place things that we want to see. And I discussed some of the council's concerns and some of my concerns, and it was just a positive conversation to kind of help smooth over of how we want to operate with them.
What kind of dates did you get on them getting us the revenue numbers?
I don't have a hard date. I just told them we wanted to start to see their kind of monthly financial sheets, which is in the contract. It does say, I told them show us how much money you have in the bank and just itemize it in a way to at least just show your expenditures and equipment, field operation, maintenance, and then if you guys want to further break down, we can get
In my time here, I've never seen one. I don't think any of us have. So sooner than later, you can let them know.
And that was part of that contract.
Yep, that's in there. And we went over that too, and I kind of went away with it. No, I felt like no one's really sure what they were supposed to do. So
Read
I
your
made it
contract.
pretty clear, and I think it's a good partnership. I think we need them and they need us.
Definitely.
Right.
Absolutely. I stressed partnership in this.
It is.
It was a good conversation.
Good.
This council wants to do nothing but support the kids and everything that goes on out there. We just want, to see some of the numbers and, as we all know, there's some budget deficits and we just want to see what can be done to help us out here. Keep that place as nice as it's been.
I appreciate you getting on that right away, too.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
That's all, man.
All right. Grant, you have anything tonight?
No, thank you, Madam.
Lisa or Trish? Nothing? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
I should have made a bet on 7:30.
Yeah. Mrs. Brew?
Yes?
Mr. Menachini?
Yes.
Mr. Morano?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for everybody that came.
Yeah,
Thanks, Grant.
Thank you.
Grantino, thanks, man.